Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VIII. I'm the mysterious JG, and last time we read a bunch of stuff on the Balam Garden Network. But now we're done with that, and ready to move on to Phew, I'm Done. And go talk to Quistis, Kitus, or we can go investigate the flashing red light, which doesn't really do anything. I believe you can sit at any of the terminals, although actually maybe you can only sit at that one. Yeah, actually. Maybe that's the only one that actually works. Not really terribly important. And they all wander off.
You better show some courtesy to Inspector Trapp if you know what's good for you, punk.
Says the girl with the bob haircut. What does the girl with the ponytail say?
It'd be an honor. It's an honor to be called over by Inspector Trapp.
Try to smile a little when you're talking to the instructor. And there's a very Star Trek, like 60s Star Trek thing of the male uniforms showing a lot less skin than the female uniforms do.
You haven't been to the fire cabin yet, have you? You won't be able to take part in today's seat exam if you don't pass this prerequisite.
Well, that's like an anxiety dream I always have when, like, I wake up on graduation day and there's, like, a test I forgot. Like, there's a class I forgot that I'd signed up for and I haven't been attending it all year. And I have to get a perfect score on the final or I won't graduate. Yeah, this is like that, only it's a fire cave. I was going to go this morning, but Cypher, ... I'd given myself hours to get this entire semester's prerequisite taken care of.
Do you have a good excuse?
Not really.
Then let's get going. If you're not too confident yet, you can review your studies at the study panel. I'll be waiting at the front gate, so come down when you're ready. You can access the study panel from your seat.
Alone with Inspector Trapp. What was that? Oh, he's snapping his fingers in frustration because he's not alone with Inspector Trapp.
Should anything happen to Inspector Trapp, the Trappies will get you back.
Okay, whatever. I don't really understand what's going on with these guys.
I'm so jealous. Maybe I should take up that subject too.
And they leave. Now to change my grades. Never mind, I can't interact with that terminal. Anyway, I'm Squall. As you can see, I'm a handsome devil. I'm at level 7, 486 hit points. We will explain Guardian Forces later. Do I have cards? I do not currently have cards. That will be soon.
I'm late. Wow.
Are you okay, Buster Wolf? But no, instead I'm just going to be a douchebag and go Goggo 13 styles here.
There. Sorry, I was kind of in a hurry. Oh yeah, hey, did you just come from that class? Is homeroom over?
Yep.
Whoa! Woo! Oh no! This place is so much bigger than my last garden. You'll never really get to see it without it being destroyed first. Oh hey! I just transferred here. Do you think you can give me a quick tour of this garden?
Sure. Don't have the time. I really don't have the time, and Squall probably wouldn't take the time. But it is a convenient way for us to get a tour of the garden, so. Sure.
Woohoo! Alright, let's go!
We'll take the elevator to the first floor lobby and I'll show you the directory. And she just kind of follows you. Oh, hey, would you like to have these? My brother gave me these cards, but they're really not my thing. You can have them if you'd like. What? How do you play a card game? I think it'd be best to look at the card game explanation of the tutorial. I don't know much about it, really. If you want to play cards with someone, talk to them by pressing square, but keep in mind, not everyone is a card player. Despite what Bobo seems to have remembered about this game, you can't literally go up to, like, the sorceress evil monster boss and press square to play cards with her. I do love the fact, apparently this guy doesn't get on that well with his brother, because his brother gave him these cards as a gift, and he's just re-gifting them to any stranger who will take them. It's like, hey, would you like this monkey that plays symbols? It's cursed. It's been trying to kill my dog. Oh, and by the way, I don't play, so don't bother challenging me. Received 7 cards. I had that seed exam today, right? You still haven't gone to the fire garden, or are you just taking it easy? Yeah. Yo, confident as always. Good thing I can read his mind. Know that he was thinking I was confident as always. So there's a couple of early game, because the character we're running around with giving this tour to is not like a generic character. We will actually be encountering her and engaging with her throughout the story. Oh, the hell with it. She's going to be a party member eventually, but yeah, we have a few opportunities to be nice to her early on. I don't know what the point is. There doesn't seem to be any affinity system where you get anything from having characters like you. Like, there's a lot of, like, in Final Fantasy X, there's a lot of little, like, kind of not broken out and explained by the game affinity stuff where the character who has the highest affinity with Tidus will throw him the ball during his ultimate blitzball attack, blah, blah, blah. However, the story will always be about Tidus falling in love with Yuna, no matter how much you do to decrease your affinity with her in the game and increase it with Lulu or Riku or Waka or Gamari, baby. But in this game, like, yeah, you can. There's one or two little dialogue choices. Like this is an example. This character, whose name is Selphie, wants you to give her a tour of the garden. You would think that saying no means you would lose affinity. Saying yes means you'd gain affinity. It doesn't really matter. You never. Your relationship with Selphie is unchanged. That's the directory. Let's fade to black. Well, this is it. Balamb Garden is pretty big. It's a good idea to check where you want to go and select it here.
I have a question. How do you use this?
Move the cursor and press X to select.
Wait, what? Cursor? X? What are you talking about?
Next, I'll give you a quick explanation of the various facilities. Press the action button to proceed.
Yes, sir.
You'll find the dormitory to the north. A majority of the students live in the dorms. There aren't too many students who commute.
Yeah, I'm in dorms too.
I didn't ask. You can rest and change in there. West of the north block is the cafeteria. There's always a big rush for the hot dogs. You better get used to where you are. Sorry.
Got it.
East of the north block is the parking lot. We usually take the garden car when a mission comes up. The front gate is located to the south. That's right, I have to go meet Inspector Trepp at the front gate. Remember, kids.
What's the matter? You appear to be thinking rather than speaking. I'm not familiar with this concept.
Nothing. Next, we have the quad, located in the west block. There's an event being planned there.
I know. It's the garden festival. It's gonna be great. I'm planning to be on the committee. You want to help out too?
Let's just continue. South of the west block is the infirmary. That's where the game began. It's where you get treated for your injuries, but a lot of students just come here for advice.
What's the doctor's name?
Dr. Kuroki. Now the east block. This is the training center. It's the only facility open at night. It's used for training, and they have real monsters running loose in there. Arg, real monsters. If you don't take it seriously, you may end up dead. Just be careful. School is almost but not quite as dangerous as Hogwarts.
Gulp. Okay.
South of the east block is the library. Why would the library be closed, but the monster zone is open at night? I mean, whatever. There's a lot of material you can look up here, but the terminals in the classroom are a lot more efficient. You already know about the classroom on the second floor, right? It's the only classroom in the entire building. This is literally true, guys.
Yep, I remember that one.
There's only one classroom in this school. By the way, the headmaster's office is located on 3F. You need permission to get in.
Another question. What's the headmaster's name?
The Headmaster Sid. Yeah, I know. At least we got to it quickly. Oh, and the Garden Master is called Norg. That's about it. Anything else?
Got it. Hey, are you taking today's seed exam?
Yep.
And maybe I'll see you again later. I've already finished my training at my previous garden. I'm taking the seed exam today, too. Good luck to both of us, huh? Thanks a lot.
So you can't challenge her to a card game. You can't challenge this guy. Hey, a card game is pretty popular among seed members. Alright, let's play it now. I better save the game. Because even though I don't care about the card game in this particular save slot, I figure I will at least show you guys how to play the card game once. And I'd rather win in case I want to play it again on this save slot, although there's no particular reason I would. Hey, have you heard there's a card club here, aka the CC group, Card Capture Sakura. They're a bunch of card maniacs looking for worthy opponents day and night. At night, they tend to look for them in the monster area because everyone else is closed. Consider an honor to be challenged to a game by one of the CC group members. Okay, he doesn't actually, but there's a little kid running around in circles. He will actually play if you catch him. This guy plays. I only began collecting recently, but we can play. Rules open. Trade rule 1. I don't know if the game actually explains how it works here. So we got 7 cards from that guy. 7 cards for 7 brothers. So generally they're arranged in order of how shitty they are, starting with the shittiest. So let's just grab our least shitty cards. I am probably going to lose because this guy has better cards than we do. It's actually really hard to get started at the card game. Yeah, our card's fucking terrible. So the way it works with Rule 1, Trade 1, there's all sorts of weird rules that pop up. Like you can see a couple of my cards have like Fastitokalan has a rock, and Gala has thunder. Elements don't mean anything with the current set of rules. It's just when you put a card down, if the number... They have 5 numbers, one at the top, left, right, and bottom. Like if I were to set this card down here, it has a 4 at the bottom. It would be overpowered by the 5. Which would basically means if it had a 6, I would put it down there and it would flip over that card below, and that card would become blue and it would be mine and I would be ahead. But they intentionally placed a card there that I can't flip. The problem is because my cards suck, I really don't have any card I can put down that can't be flipped by this guy. So my strategy will probably be to try to flip multiple cards. But I've basically, I've lost at this point. I can't possibly win. Because if wherever they put that cactuar, they're going to flip a card. So I'm going to lose here. And eventually you don't have enough cards to play. But that's the problem. At the very beginning of the card game, your cards you have are fucking terrible. It's really difficult to actually win. Because trade rule 1 means when he wins, he gets to pick one of my cards and just take it. So yeah, they're able to flip a card. I'll flip this one, but I'll end up losing my card. You play for a draw, you don't really get anything out of that. So we get a draw, we get nothing. So I'd like to just win a card back so I've got the same number of cards that I started with. Because if you... I start with 7 cards, you need 5 cards to play. If you don't even have 5 cards, you basically can't play the game anymore. There's ways to get cards other than playing the game, but we're not going to get that for a while. So we're just going to keep flipping back and forth, and once again, I kind of lost here. I lost pretty badly. He's going to end up with like 7. And I'm going to lose another card. Screw it. I will eventually... Like, I've won lots of card games off screen. I cannot remember how I actually get to... I want to save... If I want to exit the game and come back before I lost all these cards... You can spend a lot of time save scumming to not... Like, to actually collect decent cards and win at the card game. It's pretty tiresome. Let's try playing this kid.
Want to play a card game?
I think he might actually be a little weaker. Although he does have a unique card that you can only get by beating him, I think. Oh no, he's got even better cards. We're doomed. At least the 6 is unlikely to be flipped once I take it over. So if I put this here, I'll flip it, and I'll have the lead again, but anything that they do can flip this. Oh no, they need to... Okay, this might work for me. Oh no, actually I think I'm going to win here. Because, yeah, I'm actually going to win. So I don't have any of these, which is why the names are in blue. Probably the best of these cards is this guy, because I can put him in the corner to start a fight. This guy's actually very slightly better. There you go. But no, I'm not going to spend a... Well, I haven't really decided yet. There are characters you can't talk to, and sometimes characters have to reach a certain point.
Oh, Squall, Instructor Trap is waiting for you at the front gate. Well, you don't know where the front gate is. You're kidding me, right? There's only one gate. That's south of where we are. Did you also forget that you can check where you want to go in the directory? Are you retarded, Squall? Is there something mentally wrong with you?
Alright. So we could just continue exploring this place. There's not a whole lot going on with any of these places, and the story will eventually make us visit all of them. And there's a lot of NPCs that you really can't talk to. You just walk through them to create the impression of a crowd. I don't mind that. And then sometimes you have to play cards with them. Oh, Squall, your exam's today, right? How's that forehead doing? Okay, so that's all we get from her. Except that I guess I can come here instead of leaving, which is what I meant to do. But yeah, there's not a whole lot going on in any of these zones. The game wants us to go to the front gate, but I won't be checking every room of the garden every time I visit. That's one of the reasons it's nice to have a fact, to know that, like, between plot points 6A and 6B, it's really important to visit the infirmary to get a card that you can only get at that point.
Can you play an instrument?
What I thought that dialogue was going to stay up.
Come on, don't worry.
I'm trying to answer her. The game is forcing you to be in character with Squall being a jerk.
Hey, I know you. I ran at you by the classroom, right?
Yes, you claimed to know what was going on with the school, but now it took you this line right now.
I'm on the executive committee for the garden festival.
This person is ice skating where there's no ice.
If you're interested, come by and check out the stage. It's my dream to form my own band. Of course, I'll need 4 people. Want to join? Excuse me, do you play an instrument?
Yeah, she's just accosting random strangers and asking that they play instruments. All members of the Garden Festival Committee have been dispatched to conflicts around the world. That transfer student seems to be really enthusiastic about it, but... Are you the tragic guy who got kicked out of the garden? Never mind, you have to go... I think you have to actually go to... You have to actually go to the terminal to read that guy's entries. He's not available on the help menus.
Are you interested in what I'm doing?
Not interested. I think I actually said interested off screen in case it did something. It didn't, but Squall is not interested.
Then don't attract a crowd, okay? I want to surprise everyone once it's done.
Okay, now I am interested.
Then you should join the Garden Festival Committee too. Come on, join the Garden Festival Committee.
Nah.
Boo, why does everybody have to be like that? Doesn't anyone want to enjoy the Garden Festival? Fine, just don't bother me, okay?
I think if you said yes, she's like, yay, we'll work on it really hard together, and nothing ever comes of it. So this is very much just meaningless. Fun dialogue. I'm sorry. I wanted to get some of these videos in the can here and get this thing started, and suddenly I'm just like yawning like a fiend. I think this is the lunchroom. You never, as far as I remember, there's never a reason to go here. It's just zany comedy bits. I guess maybe you're supposed to see this. Hold on a second. Sorry for drink. How would she talk? She is a female character. She talks like a dog saying "scroll." Flavor drink. Can I drink something? I'd like some water, you know. Ignore. Yo, it's Squall. Oh yeah, Fuji's gonna treat, you know? Want something? Rage. What? Oh. This is zany. Ah, ooh, pumping fresh too. What? Skval. He's Cypher, you see. Skval, can't you see the disciplinary committee is busy? Don't bother us. We're busy with our zany antics. No more hot dogs today. I'm the cafeteria lady with a man's voice. Okay, so one of the cafeteria ladies will talk to us. The other one will not. Neither of them plays cards. I don't think you can even... Oh, never mind. There is a whole other room over here that I imagine I must have seen this when I played it years ago, but... So today's the seed field exam. Which one should I talk to? The guy in front of me. Friend of Trep Groupie number 1. Cards? Sure, I'll play. Yeah. Nope. I'm just checking. Check out this weenie. This guy used to be in the cream of the crop. Now look at him. All over one woman. The cream of the crop, yeah. What do I need to do to get closer to the lovely Kitus Quistus, whatever. Okay, so Trep Groupie 1 is the guy in the back, and his friend is the other guy. Snap out of it. You'll never be a seed because you're always too busy thinking about her. Oh, but she's ridiculously hot with your redhead with a British accent for some reason. How about a quick game of cards? Nah. I think you get the Kitus card from one of the groupies. Because all the playable characters have a card that you can win. Just, like all the monsters have one. I choked last time. I was way too nervous. So the monster cards are generally pretty commonly available. Some of the bosses are more powerful than regular monsters, and the guardian forces and playable characters and plot characters also have cards, and they're like the really high-end cards that generally there's only one way to get each one. But no, you can't literally go up to the final boss and hit the square button and play cards with her. So this is the dorms. There's really, you can save your game here. You can rest to restore your hit points. Once or twice you were forced to come here because you changed between dress uniform and regular clothes. Forget it. Look at how terrifying his face is. He was just a lot more pixelated in the PS1. So this is a different room. Oh, I guess this is somebody else's room. I don't know who our roommate is supposed to be. I don't think the game ever really tells us. That's a save point. We don't really need it right now. Oh, that's right. I can use triple speed to move around, which I probably should be doing as long as we're just doing a tour of garden. I must say, cars are so convenient. I can go outside and not have to worry about running into monsters, especially for me since I'm a solo student. Here in my car, I feel safest of all. I can block out the world. I don't remember how the song goes. And at other points in the story, we will come here and actually the plot will arrange for us to have a car. That is not happening now.
I've wanted to be a seed since I was little. It makes sense that I want to help out. I've wanted to be a seed since I'm little. I am little. I'm going to be a seed. I'm going to work really hard.
I think this is the monster zone. So that's the infamous monster. Oh, I thought I was about to die. Well, the plot was going to make us come here later, so I might as well wait and explore that then. Meanwhile, there's some weird-looking dude with a hat completely obscuring his face. Garden facility, student number 41269, Squall. You're that problem child. Don't you have the final seed exam today? And you're making Inspector Trepp wait. What are you still doing here? None of your business, man. Hey, do you play cards? No, you don't. I'm going to have to go through this whole dialogue again. Okay. Library girl with a pigtail.
The following acts are prohibited in the library. Talking loudly, eating and drinking, running around. And also, avoid late returns. No fighting over seats. I have to go over the library rules with the children next period. I'm very nervous. I hope they understand.
She is like vaguely, if you're paying attention to ridiculous background story that doesn't matter, the love interest of one of the other playable characters. But she never gets a name, and it's just hinted at in side dialogue that doesn't matter. I have a question for you. Estar was a country that was governed back by this evil... Take two. Estar was the country that was governed by this evil sorceress way back when, right? So what happened to the sorceress? Did somebody overthrow the sorceress? Did we learn about this in class? I think I cut class that day, so, I have no idea what the sorceress is about. Well, neither do I. The game doesn't really... Ooh, what is this? Found a draw point. No one can draw. Yeah, and that'll get explained later.
I wish they had super exciting books here. Kind of like the one the girl with the pigtail recommended. That romance novel was pretty good. Really got me going, man. Whew.
So, not a whole lot going on there. I didn't... Okay. Let's try this again.
I saved a seat, but where's my study partner? I'll get in trouble if she doesn't come back soon.
That's fascinating. Whoa! Oh, he's yawning. He's a man after my own heart. I have a test coming up. It's actually a makeup test. It's the worst, man. I'm the only one taking it. Yeah, you just keep taking it, punk. Alright, so that's the library. It's another place where I think there's one point in the plot where we have to go to the library and there's a dialogue scene there. You punk. Yeah, I could probably beat you in a card game now, but I'm not going to try because it'll waste an entire video with me save scumming until it happens. Well, that was an exciting video where we basically did a complete tour of the garden. First with Selphie, and then on our own. And we did a little bit with the card game, which I'm gonna... Let me know, guys. I haven't really decided how much I'm gonna do with the card game. I've never collected all the cards, and this is one of my favorite Final Fantasy games of all time, so if I was ever going to do that, it would be during my Let's Play where I'm trying to 100% the game. But the card game can get really boring, and the card quest to actually capture all the cards gets really involved. There's points where you have to intentionally lose a card, because a character won't play a card until you've lost a specific card to them. It's really not the kind of thing that anybody's going to figure out without a strategy guide. And now this game is old enough that there's like a million facts that explain it all, so I could do it, but it would take a lot of time. We're out of time for this video, but when we come back next time, we will actually leave the school, meet Inspector Trepp, and only 3 videos in, which I was joking about how long it would take, we actually will go outside and go to the fire cave and get kind of our combat tutorial, fight our first monsters, blah blah blah, in the next video. I hope you hang out for that one. I'll see you soon.